Hi friends, Anna, Alchemist of the Arts here. Welcome to my channel. Whether you are new or whether you are returning, then I bid you welcome. This is a super quick energy check-in, just asking what you need to see, what you need to know. I've gone with 3 pieces of my artwork today. I feel guided to do this sometimes and I think it works beautifully. So these are all pieces of artworks I've created. Each one has a different intention. I'll read a little bit about those. And if you're interested in any of these, they are available on my Etsy store and on my website. All my information is in the description box below. So, as I said, super quick energy check-in. 3 piles today. Pile number 1. This is cellular healing. So this is healing at a DNA level. And I've paired that with Herkimer Diamond today. Pile number 2, this piece is called To Heal a Broken Heart. And it's designed and crafted with the runes of the Elder Futhak. I should have explained that. All of my artwork is crafted with the runes of the Elder Futhak to bring in heart healing. And that specifically is to heal a broken heart. So you could be going through some kind of heartbreak. And for that reason, I've paired it with the rose quartz today. And then the 3rd pile we have to find the path through darkness. So this is to help illuminate the way ahead of you. To help you see what needs to be seen. And to help you on your way. And I've paired that with this piece of labradorite today. Again, I can never pick up the flash on these videos. And it's such a shame because this is such a beautiful piece of labradorite. But as always, take as long as you need, tune into your intuition, see which pile is calling you. And if you have a request for personal readings, my information is in the description box below, as said. These are collective readings, so please only take what resonates. Please only take the messages that feel correct for you. If it doesn't feel right, you don't have to take it. I'm a firm believer that I offer these readings in order to give you an insight into the current energy. It is no way a definitive outcome. It is a reading into the here and now, into the present moment. And in this present moment, each of us has the power to influence the next moment. So please always use them as messages to empower you in order to make decisions about where you wish to venture to next upon your path, upon your journey. Okay, so I'm going to start with pile number 1. I will remove these and I will write down where we are. Okay, pile 1. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were drawn to the cellular healing today, which is a really powerful energy connecting to the sun, Grand Central Sun, and the Herkimer Diamond, to really anchor in that healing across bloodlines. Where am I being called to? I'll always just start with wherever I feel guided. I'm guided to come to the Viking Oracle first. Let's see what comes through for you. Does pile 1 need to know, please? Energy check in for pile 1. Interesting. Okay. I love this pile number 1. Okay, current energy check-in. I feel like you're in a phase of transition. We have the goddess Hel here. Hel being nothing to do with the Christianized idea of hell, but the goddess of the Norse underworld, the underworld of the Nordic pantheon, which is not like the Christian version of hell at all. So it's nothing to be afraid of. This speaks very much of a time of transition in your life. Rado speaks of forwards movement, of moving on, of travel, of progression. So this could be literal travel or spiritual travel, your journey, your path. You could be at a phase of healing, or I'm getting for some of you, you could be in search of healing. in search of the way forwards, looking at what it is that you need to shift and change within yourself, because I feel like there is an element of confusion here right now about what it is that you want, where exactly that you are, or what it is that you need to do in order to move forwards, in order to move on. We've got Nathas in the reverse here. Now, I don't tend to read Nathas in the reverse because it's not truly reversible. But to remain faithful to the deck that I'm reading from, the person that's crafted it, I'm getting that there might be a sense of not knowing where your passion is, where your heart lies, what it is that you want to do. I feel very much like you're at a crossroads and you're looking outwards and wondering what it is that you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to go to next. And there is this element of not fully knowing who you are. Interesting, the goddess Hel is typically shown as half living and half corpse, half dead. Again, not to be fearful, but if we look at it metaphorically speaking, she's that representation of where we are, that liminal space between everything that we want to be and everything that we know needs to end or has ended, our past, perhaps baggage that we're holding on to. And there is this strong sense here of just really trying to find yourself between those two. It's that powerful energy between the past and the future and where you are in this present moment. And I feel like you might not know. It's that center of the crossroads, looking in all directions and not knowing fully exactly where you want to go. Let's get some tarot for you. I'll use this deck. I do shuffle it in the reverse and the upright. So let's see what comes out for pile 1, please. What does pile 1 most need to know? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse literally tells me that it's that energy of being at that crossroads, of waiting in that space of transition. So you could be in a really powerful space of transition now. This could be spiritual transition. At the time of reading, we've just, Mercury retrograde has just ended. Eclipse season has just ended or just, completed for this sort of phase at this time of year. You could be at a point where you've decided to move on from a situation where you felt very shut out, where you felt unappreciated, misunderstood, and I just feel like not seen, not heard, like you didn't feel appreciated. And it's kind of like there's a part of your heart that's still really heavy. There's a part of this that still isn't resolved. So there's and for some of you, you could actually have heart problems or some physical health problems right now that you feel are preventing you from moving forwards. But the energies here are really positive with the Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands, Redo. You could be at that point where you were stood at the center of the crossroads, looking in all different directions, looking for a sign, asking for a sign, and not knowing which way to go. But you are being guided that things are changing. Just because you can't see it now doesn't mean that you should stop. It doesn't mean that things aren't moving. It doesn't mean things aren't going the way that you're hoping or intending or manifesting, dreaming, wishing. I feel like there is definitely a positive shift of energy coming through for you. I'm getting now towards the end of June. July could be particularly important for you. I'm just getting sort of Cancer energy. So for some of you, you could be a Cancer sign. So that's more towards the end of July. Yeah, I'm just getting that there. I think that's the end of July. I don't know whether I just know it's the end of June. Sorry, end of June, July. I'm just getting that those sort of 6 weeks from around the summer solstice, perhaps towards the end of July, could be a really crucial time for you. Crucial in a relaxed sense, though. I don't feel like you need to go out and push to force things to happen right now. With Hel being present and the Four of Wands, I'm getting more that, perhaps you were looking for a union, a kind of reparation, a new beginning in a situation that has caused an amount of heartache. And at the moment, the pathway seems unclear. I feel like things are going to be revealed to you. again, I'm getting very much that you are in this phase of transition now. So the work that you're doing on yourself at this time is truly vital. It is important work for you. It's really helping you with your sense of understanding, with your connecting to your higher self, to your higher viewpoint of your life. And I think that's another powerful energy here is to take that out of you, to look at that bigger picture and not feel so constricted and confined by the present moment, if at all possible. Be in the present, but allow for that inner expansion. Allow yourself to know that anything is possible here. So with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, you could be feeling like things aren't possible for you, like there is restriction, like there is something preventing you from doing, achieving everything that you want. And that's why you're feeling this Nauthiz reverse, this passion, this need fire, because Nauthiz is our need fire, which can be expressed, I see it as a very strong sacral energy. It's where we feel restricted in the expression of either ourselves or our passion, our creativity, a sexual energy, even anything that is making us feel constricted and just that restriction on our expression. You're being called now to be in the present moment, and wherever you are, even if it isn't fully where you want to be, allow yourself to be that expression, because it is truly powerful. And trust that there is healing going on now. There is transitional energy that is shifting, and you might not see all of it, especially if this involves other people. But trust that it is happening. Bottom of the deck energy, the Fool, absolutely. Just because you cannot see the path ahead right now, that's the whole vibe I've had from this reading, is that crossroads energy. With the Fool here, you are absolutely most definitely going to be moving towards you are going in the right direction. You are going to get this new beginning here with the Fool, with the Eight of Wands. Don't look at everything right now like it's the end. Sometimes endings are new beginnings, because the two happen concurrently. The universe doesn't like a vacuum. So whereas we might cut something off quickly, something else will come and fill its place. Sometimes we have to allow for things to process, to oscillate through our lives in order to really, truly, equally focus on what we're bringing in. So that what comes in the space of what is ending and transitioning out and away is actually what we want. So I'm just being called to guide you here to say that whatever's leaving, whatever you are transitioning away from, the work you've been doing on yourself, what you are walking away from, allow that to phase out whilst focusing on this full energy of what you want to bring in and invite into your life, because that is really going to assist you at this time for that next pathway to be revealed to you, for the next step upon the path, because often we only see one step ahead or get nudged to step in a direction, and we don't necessarily get the view of the whole path. And that's where the trust, the spiritual faith comes in. I'm being called to my runes. I love this set. This is my bone set made by Thorsten's Workshop. It's a dear friend of mine, available on Instagram. Okay, yes, you were definitely at that transitional point here with Ivars, a space between worlds. It's that energy. You might have felt like so much has left your life, so much is changing. You could have felt unbalanced, and again, now there's not fully in the upright here, so there is definitely that sense of feeling perhaps like there are mountains and obstacles that you must overcome in your 3D world in order for this new growth to occur. We've got Bjarka and then Ingvar, so and Cirilo. There's definitely positive energy of growth and new beginnings surrounding you, but energetically you might feel stuck as something that was really important or felt destined, or for some of you, you could have really felt like you were doing what you were doing, or something that was a part of your life was going to be there long term. And that might have ended. You might have felt nudged to walk away from something, a person, a relationship, a job, a career, into a completely new direction. And you're being called to trust right now. Trust that the ending of all cycles with daggers here is the beginning of the new. No matter how dark the night, the sun will rise again, leading to this inspiration, leading to the reconnection of your most powerful creative energy, your life force. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just sometimes we come into a state of where our energy has to be focused more on us in order to fully experience what is changing within our life, those energetic shifts, to allow them to integrate, rather than just to have the awareness of them, but to fully experience the shift within our lives. So I'm going to get an oracle card for you, just as an ending that might assist you. Illumination, expression, positivity, joy and inspiration. Absolutely. I feel like you might be getting downloads, information coming to you in the form of signs, perhaps through other people, spiritual teaching, spiritual teachers, that are really going to help confirm and affirm what it is that you've been working on and going through. And this is going to be a really positive experience for you. I feel like this is what shifts you to realizing that you are at a completion phase of one cycle, which means the whole new beginning of something else, which may explain why this Wheel of Fortune has felt reversed. It's because there was a need for some kind of self-recognition almost, and perhaps even with the Four of Wands, there is a celebration of the moment, how far you've traveled so far, in order to take stock and really evaluate your own journey. There is a lesson within your journey that's really calling you to celebrate self and the road that you've traveled so far here with Raido, because it leads to wherever you are at this crossroads. Whatever comes next is truly beautiful and really quite exciting. So, pile 1, I hope this assists you. I'm going to pack away the cards now. Personal readings are available if you feel guided. There's also a whole load of other artwork, everything that I share on my Instagram, other information, messages, just a bit of everything. So if you feel called, please feel free to check out my Instagram. But it has been a pleasure to read for you. It is always a pleasure to read for you. Thank you for spending your time with me. And I will look forward to seeing you in another reading. Hi there, pile 2. If you were called to this pile, then this is your reading. You were called to the piece of artwork to heal a broken heart today. And this piece is very much to call in energies to overcome heartache. If you've experienced disappointment or perhaps trouble with love or in romance, or just even with grief and with loss of any kind at this time. And we've brought in the rose quartz to really assist those energies. So, and for some of you, it's definitely heart healing and heart opening. Let's get energy check-ins for you. Call to the Viking Oracle. Straight up. Interesting. We had Nathas and Hell come out for the other pile, for pile 1, but in a different sequence. Bottom of the deck, Yera. I don't read Yera in the reverse, but with the Viking Oracle, I will always honor the deck that I'm using, so there'll be a message in the fact that it's reversed. Okay, you are definitely entering a new phase. Your current energy is, perhaps you've really realized something about this experience, about this heartache, this grief, this loss. It could be depression, it could have been a dark night of the soul. Whatever it is, you are coming out of it, or you are seeing something, having some kind of experience, awakening, a real catalyst moment that is going to shake you up and out of where you've been, especially if you've been in some kind of funk. Hell comes through here. Again, she's not connected to the Christian version of hell at all. She's the Nordic goddess of the underworld. Everybody that doesn't die in battle and would go to Valhalla, the warriors, would go to hell. So that is everybody else. So it's certainly not a judgment of good or bad. She, however, is often depicted as half corpse and half living. And in that respect, she to me represents that space between life and death, the transitional changes we go through in life. And I'm feeling very much like you were coming out of some sort of personal underworld, like this phase of grief, of loss, of heartache, and really healing. Healing that brings through this reignition of your passion, of your life force energy with Cirilla and Nauthiz. That's really powerful, and I love that combination together. Frithgir, this talks of healing. This comes to a place of, wow, they wanted me to say holy union with the self, and that's an interesting phrase. That's just a channeled message. Go where makes you feel at one with yourself. Go to the places that make you feel best about yourself. Is there somewhere outside, outdoors that you can go to that just makes you feel alive, connected to the wild, to your wild nature, to your primal essence, to your spirit, your soul, however you want to call it? Where makes you feel like that? Is it the water? Is it the ocean? Is it the forest? Is it just stood outside barefoot on the grass? Whatever helps you, go there, do that. There is definitely an essence or an energy coming in here of the quietening of your physical experience, of your intention. It could be meditation for some of you, meditation outdoors, or just meditation. There is a quietening of the self that allows for this awareness to come in. And you could feel really disappointed. There is, with Yira, even though I don't read Yira in reverse because it's a non-reversible rune, in this deck, the fact that it's in reverse, you might feel like there is something that hasn't come to fruition. This could be what is changing, the sense of what hasn't come to fruition, what hasn't come to be. Where does this disappointment arise from? What didn't come through for you? There is definitely a sense of healing through this energy of loss, of something that just didn't happen. Something, Yira is the rune of the harvest. It marks a period, the cycles of the year, because that is what people would have tracked is the harvest, that being a really important marker in the year for ancient peoples. But I'm getting there was something important for you, perhaps an important achievement, a target, a goal of some kind that you set yourself that hasn't come to fruition at this time. And you're feeling disappointed about that. Perhaps this is where this heartache comes from. For some of you, I'm just reading the energies that I'm feeling. For some of you, you could have had a birthday and you feel disappointed with where you are in life. For others of you, you could have applied for something, reached for something, put yourself out there in some way, and you feel like you've missed the target. And I'm just getting intuitively to say that you haven't missed anything. What is destined for you will always be for you, but there might be a lesson in this time, in this experience, that is truly vital in order for you to realize something, to heal something, to learn and grow through something. Let's get some tarot for you, pal, too. I do read this deck with reversals. I do shuffle it, so yes, there we go. 6 of Wands in reverse. You feel like you have failed. I literally would read that as simply as is. You feel like you failed at something. Ooh, this is really heavy energy, my pile twos. And this is why you felt so heartbroken. For some of you, you felt cheated out of something. You felt cheated out of something, and then it was just utter defeat. Something didn't happen. You literally constricted and shut down your heart space because the pain of this experience was just too much for you. And you could have felt really closed off in your heart chakra ever since. And I feel like this is why I was so drawn to the rose quartz in this card today. There is a sense here that you've not been able to see the whys of this situation on a bigger picture. But I'm getting that cycle is ending, and you are coming to this place where you are going to see why perhaps this situation has happened. And I'm called Alchemist of the Arts for a reason. Healing and alchemy of the soul, of life experience, is turning whatever is thrown at us in this human experience into our gold, into our wisdom, into what propels us forwards, our need fire. It's what propels us forwards upon our path, and not allowing these experiences to stop us. Frithgerd is saying, honor where you are right now, honor your experience. You can't spiritually bypass your way to heal through some things, and neither should we most often. However, there is also an opposite pole of that, where we can't, if we allow ourselves to dwell too long in the past experience, we might not move forwards and gain those riches from it. I'm talking obviously about coming to the space between those two poles, about where we can feel balanced, where this healing can occur, where we can allow for this experience to be our teacher without defining our future. And that isn't easy. I do get that. So the energy I'm getting is to be gentle with yourself, to try and come out of this sense of failure, because every single successful person will tell you that they didn't get there in one go. Most often they must have stood upon the stepping stones of 1,000 failures most often in order to get to where they wanted to be. So just because what hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean you're not going to get what you want. There is a essence of chalking this up to experience here, chalking this experience up to life lessons, to personal growth, to whatever has been, and allowing it to be your teacher without being a prison. Let's get some runes for you. This is my beautiful bone set from Sorcerer's Workshop. Absolutely. What is destined for you will happen. The experiences that you really want in this world will happen. There is a sense here that, yes, I'm getting that you might not have been able to move on after an ending, a loss, a heartbreak. It could be another person. We've got Eowaz in the reverse here. This could be another person. It could be somebody that you felt very, very close to. It could have been a career for some of you. Now this ended and it really left a hole in your heart, a hole in everything that you were experiencing life. But there is healing coming in. You are going to be able to move on through this, and Spirit is almost saying, if you feel ready, when you feel ready, they're giving you a little nudge here with Savilo that it is time to move on, but when you feel ready. There is it's a full honouring here of your personal experience, and neither dwelling too much in the past and the what could have beens that are not now, and really focusing on yourself, focusing on the beginning of a new cycle, and allowing what is ended to end, because there is something really beautiful coming in. But I feel like this is calling you right now to honour where you are. And again, just remember that whatever has happened need not define your future. It might define an old future vision that you'd had, but also time is so fluid and we can choose a new future. It doesn't have to define what it is that you want to do next. And someone needed that message. Someone needed to hear that. Okay, now you've got another one here. Where are you? Oneness. Okay. And exploration. Yeah, this is literally beautiful. This is coming to peace. This is divine masculine, patience and balance, and exploration, boldness, unknown limitness. This is that's the space between those two poles. Healing and also going out into the unknown. Healing what has been, whilst also dreaming about a bigger vision for the future. Allowing yourself to be as you are. As we go through our healing process, as we heal very difficult, complex emotions such as grief, heartache, loss, disappointment, it's okay to feel in one state on one day and then to feel different on another, perhaps as something else arises, or even if this is years in the past and something has suddenly come up for you, it's okay. You haven't failed, you haven't regressed. Sometimes, you know, the healing journey isn't linear, it's cyclical. It goes in spirals, and we go to ever increasing depths in order to go to ever increasing heights. And those two are concurrent. That is the polarity of healing and the human experience. The depths to which we explore are equal but opposite to the heights to which we can ascend to. So be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself, Pile 2. Offer yourself some of that divine masculine love that knows it is powerful, that knows it can act, but is also honoring that inner stillness of where you are right now, taking that inward breath, allowing yourself to regroup, to pause, in order for you to decide and to feel into what you want to do next. So Pile 2, I really hope this assists you. I'm going to clear the cards away now, ready for Pile 3. As always, personal readings are available if you feel guided, and I can assist you. Please feel free to reach out. All of my information is in the description box below. I do offer personal readings. Obviously, I have a whole host of different readings and artwork available on my Etsy and my website. So if you feel guided to check that out, sorry for knocking the camera. If that resonates with you, then please feel free. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your time with me. It is absolutely my pleasure to do so. And I really hope this reading reaches, as always, the people that it is destined to assist, because that is one of my wonderful alchemical experiences in this world, being able to offer some benefit of my own spiritual experiences to assist, hopefully, and uplift others. Okay. Hi there, Pile 3. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were called to this piece of artwork today, meaning to find the path through darkness. And this beautiful piece of labradorite, and I am seriously upset that I cannot show you the flash on this. I just can't get the right angle on it, but it is the most beautiful tones of blue and gold. I love labradorite. It is just such a powerful stone, and it is often referred to the shaman stone. So you could be going through a really deep spiritual experience. There has been a bit of a theme through all of the piles today, but you could be very much going through the dark right now, or trying to find the way through a difficult situation. This Bindrune is designed to assist with that. That is how my artwork works. It's designed to go on your altar or to be used in meditation, self-reflection practices. And I'm going to share a bit more in the way of videos about these things. Again, I feel called to do so. So, I'm going to get the Viking Oracle. Let's see what you need to know, Pile 3. Oh, I love this. I think one more, please, Spirit. You wanted to come out. Oh. Bottom of the deck. Again, I don't read Isa in the reverse. It's a non-reversible rune in the Elder Fudak. However, as I've said with all of the piles today, because of the to honour the deck that I'm using, I shall give it a reversed meaning. Gibu is one of my favourite runes of the Elder Futhak. It speaks of reciprocating energy. It is the blessing of reciprocity, you know, giving and receiving in the same breath. And it is that beautiful in-breath, out-breath flow of abundance, of love, of positive energy that we can share with the world. With Frithgerd, Valkyries and Mani, I am definitely getting that you have come or are coming to the end of a cycle. You are seeing the gifts of this experience. There are beautiful gifts coming in for you. For some of you, I'm getting that you could have really expended a lot of energy at this time into a project perhaps. Perhaps something really needed your focus and attention, another person, a relationship, something really needed your focus and your dedication, and you really gave of yourself. And it's not that you did that to receive a reward, but because of the laws of reciprocal energy, reminding you that the good that you've put out is going to return to you. In one form or another, the good that you have put out, pile 3, is going to return to you. And for some of you, obviously you're saying I can hear you say, oh, but that's not why I did it. No, you did it for love. You gave freely of yourself, lovingly, and that love is going to flow back to you. And it's going to bring you some peace and some healing. For some of you, I'm getting that you're going to receive closure about something. Whatever the situation is, you could have felt that. For some of you, I'm just getting this really strong message that you haven't been able to focus on the things that you felt you should be doing or wanted to do, because there was something else that you needed to do in a really utilitarian fashion. You just gave of yourself because it needed to be done. And you did it with love, but you felt like you've been held in a place that meant you couldn't focus on yourself. For some of you, I'm really getting quite strongly that sense of motherhood sometimes, where, not that motherhood is a negative experience, but sometimes realistically we cannot do things as a mother that we wish to do because we have the love of what it is that we must do to nurture our children. And it could be that you're coming through to a phase now of life where you can embark upon a new journey. That might just be for one of you, but and for others, yeah, it's that sense of children flying the nest. All of a sudden, you could be feeling that sense of empty nest and wondering what's going to come. But for others of you, I just feel you've gone through a phase of life where you've really, really given of yourself, and perhaps you haven't seen an immediate reward or return. Some of you are saying, yeah, really strongly, that's not why I did it. It's not what I was looking for, but your guides really want you to know that there is good, there is beautiful energy coming back to you. And that is absolutely what you deserve. They know that's not why you did this. That's not why you gave of yourself, but it is coming back to you in one form or another. Whatever love and blessings you've shared out are returning to you with Gibru. What does pile 3 need to know, please? Ooh. Okay. Wow. Just one more for clarification. I want to get one more card, please. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say clarify the devil, please. Wow. Bloody hell. I'm just going to say it as I see it. This won't resonate with all of you, but this is literally the message I'm getting with these cards. For some of you, you could have gone through a divorce. You could have been going through a divorce at the end of a long-term relationship. And you were stood looking now and thinking, I gave so much. I gave everything I had to this. And for what? Because I've walked away with nothing. I've got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, the 9 of Wands in reverse. We've got the Hermit not fully upright, clarifying the Devil in reverse, but I'm definitely getting with the Devil in reverse, the Hermit and the Moon, you could be coming to a phase now, and we've got Money, Moon twice. You are going through a really, really huge cycle of personal shift, of personal growth. You could have been through a time where a really long-term relationship ended. It could have been divorce. It could have been a toxic relationship. It could have just been that the relationship became toxic over time. You don't mean or wish this person any ill. I do not get that vibe at all. But there is a part of you that's like, what do I do now? Am I ever going to find love again? Am I ever going to be in a relationship again? And for some of you, you could have had some emotional walls up for some time with the 9 of Wands. And the fact that it's in the reverse, the Hermit is sort of in the reverse, the Moon is kind of in the reverse now. It's like you are fully embracing the end of this cycle and something new is coming in, a blessing, something that's going to shift you out of feeling stuck and to bring some healing, some closure. I'm getting a sense of closure. For some of you, this could be the granting of a divorce, and even though that's bittersweet, it finally gives you a sense of levity, a sense of okay, now that is complete, I can move forwards in some kind of a way. And obviously it doesn't need to be a divorce. It could just be a marker of time here with Mani twice and the moon twice, really giving you a sense of closure. What's on the bottom of the deck here? The World. Abso-freaking-lutely. The end of a cycle. It is the end of a cycle and the beginning of something new. You have literally leveled up, bossed up your way through this, but in a really gentle energy. I feel like you've done this very privately, quite quietly. And I feel like there's been a lot of loss and heartache along the way for you, and it's really dragged you through the dark, perhaps a dark night of the soul, perhaps just that never seeing light at the end of the tunnel kind of a feeling. And I feel like this is you rising with Valkyries, with Gibu here, with Frithgerd. There is a sense of healing and completion of a really difficult phase of your life that now allows you to embrace something new. And it's beautiful energy. If you are feeling still very much in that heavy energy, they really want you to know that it is shifting, that it is changing, that you are transitioning into something new, and that is wonderful. They want you to feel alive again. They want you to feel happy again. They want you to feel that it's that sense of levity, of lightness, of feeling free to make choices and decisions on your own terms, not being bound karmically to this past. It's like you finally can breathe out and go, oh, on this next in-breath, I get to move in the direction that I want to. So there is definitely the sense of completion. And if you've been in this really dark tunnel, this is the light at the end of it. You are coming to the light at the end of it. You're going to see that light at the end of it, these blessings. Let's get some runes for you. Yeah, Suilo at the very bottom, the light of inspiration, Daggers of Ithrithgir, definitely healing, entering a new phase. There is this sense still that you are still healing through this, allowing for things to end. For some of you, it could be that this is newer and you are still going through this, and this is a message of hope that you will come to the end of this difficult cycle. And it is an acknowledgement that these huge changes that bring endings here with Hagalaz and Ivaz will bring new beginnings in an equal breath with the world. It's saying that the completion of one phase of life will open doors into a new. Pethro here is trusting in the hand that we have to play in life, trusting that fate still has wheels to move for you. You haven't reached the end of your journey. For some of you, you're just not seeing a path forward with Reido in the reverse. And Bjarkan means a restriction in your growth, feeling like I'm just getting the strong sense of just not seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, especially with the moon. You could have felt in the dark for quite a long time, but trust, this phase is going to end. As all phases end, we've got the moon, Mani, the moon, Daggers being traditionally connected to the sun and the cycles of the sun, but as we have the moon and the sun here together, you cannot have one without the other. You literally, the markers of time are the sun and the moon concurrently, you know. So as one cycle ends, perhaps this phase through darkness, through this dark tunnel, dark night of the soul, you are going to see the light. You are going to have that realization, that return of sunlight and warmth into your life that is going to melt through this ice, this coldness, this darkness of your experience as life has been, perhaps for a while now, perhaps for a few months, perhaps for a few years for some of you. And it's going to bring something new, something beautiful. It's just, yeah, okay, that was quick. Dreamscape and destiny. Absolutely. Trust that there are things shifting out of your life here. Allow yourself to imagine life as it could be on the other side of this experience. Life can be better than it has been. Life can be beautiful for you again. There is a sense of destiny, of divine purpose and passion here. And it's just holding on to that, knowing that fate is going to move for you. The world is the end of one cycle, but it means immediately the beginning of another. That can be the greatest cycle of your life. You have to almost trust and believe in that this light that you were seeing at the end of the tunnel is guiding you to somewhere beautiful, no matter how dark or bad things might have been. Do trust, pile 3, that beautiful things are coming in for you, and all the love you have shared is going to return to you in the most beautiful and unexpected ways. So, sending you all my love. A reminder that private readings are available. Please feel free to check out all my information in the description box below, and sending you all my love. Take care. Bye bye.